kid.
The dawn is coming.
Instead, character. See, they feel
It was a vision. That is Alex. And my three dreams.
The United States will.
What is up, guys? It's me, KC, and welcome back to another August with Warner Brothers. Today, we're going to talk about the Clash of the Titans, both the original and the remake, and the sequel, Wrath of the Titans, both the comic and the book and the movie. More on that later, but anyway, 1981, Warner Brothers and MGM giving us the Clash of the Titans, the original, and the effects made by the legendary Ray Harryhausen. And the effects were really good. I mean, sure, some of them are dated, again, and it's a Ray Harryhausen effects project, but for its time, it was pretty impressive. And the movie is loosely based on the original myth of Perseus. Yes, the trials and tribulation he had to go through, his first adventure, his first love, of everything. And Clash of the Titans! And that sounds really good back in those days. It wasn't accurate to the myth, but hey, despite of that, it was an entertaining and really good film. I mean, it doesn't need to be accurate to the myth to be good. And not to mention the effects of Cetus the Kraken. It's just the Kraken, but the Kraken's from Norse mythology, but as a nitpick inside, it's still a decent and great film, and it's a timeless classic. And I highly recommend it to all of y'all. Oh, and the actors were given their top game. And the movie is well about Perseus having to save an entire kingdom and rescuing a damsel in distress from an evil giant monster. And you gotta love the all-star cast here, especially one of them being, and though it may have been dated, it's still a timeless classic. I especially love the makeup effects on the three fates. And well, the Tales of Perseus is now in the stars, and could be retold in many different versions in the future, including in Clash of the Titans, the original and the remake. I give credit to this movie was trying to be its own thing. There was certainly no djinn in the Greek myth, but that's nitpicking aside. And also, instead, Perseus having the heart for Aeola instead of Andromeda. I don't know why they did that, but whatever. But let's talk about this film and its own thing. Apparently the mortals are acting very ungrateful and want to declare war on Olympus. That would have been extremely dumb. You guys in the Greek mythology didn't do anything that dumb. And this time the villain is Hades. Oh, very original. Hades being a villain in the Greek mythology movie. But anyway, this is still a pretty good film. Dare I say it even tops the original in some ways. Heck, even my mother thinks it's better than the original. The effects are definitely much better. And the actors definitely get their A game. Though the original will still hold a very special place in my heart. I'm not going to get into which movie was better. Well, again, I think the remake is better, but I'm going to leave you to the audience to decide which version is best. And I'll even put it on my post. But anyway, hey, yeah, I'll let you decide which one's better. But until then, I like both films, but in different ways. The original being a classic, and the remake for being far better. I mean, it was practically go big, go home. And again, the effects are also a little better. I like both designs of Medusa. The stop motion effects were pretty good on the original, and of course, having that speedy, fearsome reputation in the remake. And while some of them may look fake, and may look kind of like they're right there, but yeah, I'll give credit, they were pretty decent. And while both the actors who played Perseus did a good job, and the ones who played Andromeda did pretty good too. And also the Kraken looks pretty good. In both versions, they both look very scary and terrifying. And again, Ray Harryhausen will have a special place in my heart, but I always kind of prefer the original because of its monstrous appearance. And well, even though that Clash of Titans, the original, never got a sequel, in fact a sequel was planned but never saw the light of day, but it comic book release, and we got that. I read it, and it was pretty good. But the remake did have a sequel of Wrath of the Titans, and for its own thing, it was pretty epic. And once again, Perseus was the hero of both stories. The comic book stated that Hera was going to be the villain of Wrath of the Titans, and the remake had Hades, Ares, and Kronos as the villains. I guess they could decide which one should be the villain. But I do like these movies and this comic, as it was pretty accurate to the myth. Well, not completely, but they got what the gods do to the mortals, like do whatever they want, whenever they want it. And pity on the poor mortal souls who comes a victim of those gods. And well, nothing to say, but that's pretty much all for today, guys, and see you all next time.